Hey, wake up, my love.
Mm.
I fell asleep. Please, dear friends, subscribe to my channel, Viral Story Hub.
Her husband abandoned her. A millionaire found her. What he did next is hard to believe. When Maya's husband abandoned her while pregnant, she lost everything. Sleeping in a park with a torn shirt and empty stomach, she never expected a stranger in a $4,500 suit to change her life forever. What he did next will restore your faith in humanity. Before we dive in, let us know in the comments, what time is it and where are you watching from? Let's start. 24-year-old Maya Rodriguez had always believed in love's power to conquer anything. She met Marcus when she was just 19, working night shifts at a 24-hour diner to pay for community college classes during the day. He was charming, attentive, and promised her a future filled with the family she'd always dreamed of. One day, we'll have a little house with a garden, Marcus would say, kissing her forehead. 2 kids, maybe 3. I'll give you everything, Maya. I promise. Those promises felt real when he moved into her tiny studio apartment. They felt real when he asked her to quit school to work full-time so he could pursue his music career. They felt real even when his music career never materialized, leaving Maya working double shifts while Marcus spent afternoons with his band friends. But promises shattered the morning Maya held up that positive pregnancy test with trembling hands. "No," he said simply. No, this can't be happening. Marcus, we're going to be parents. I never wanted this," he exploded. "You think I want to be trapped like my old man, working some dead-end job, coming home to screaming kids, watching my life slip away? I said what you wanted to hear." Marcus grabbed his jacket. "I'm 26 years old, Maya. I have dreams. I'm not throwing it all away for some accident." "This is your baby," Maya whispered, tears streaming down her face, one hand instinctively protective over her still flat stomach. "No," Marcus said, his eyes hard and distant. "It's your problem now." He left that night, just walked out with a duffel bag and never looked back. Within a week, Maya discovered their joint account, containing the $3,200 she'd saved from years of tips and overtime, had been emptied. Marcus had taken everything: her savings, her trust, her vision of the future. But he'd left her with a growing life inside her and no way to support it. Maya tried desperately to hold on. She worked every shift the diner would give her, but morning sickness hit her like a freight train. Her manager gave her 2 weeks' notice. "Can't have you scaring customers," she said without sympathy. Without steady income, the rent became impossible. Maya's landlord, Mr. Patterson, had seemed kind when she'd first moved in, but kindness evaporated when money was involved. "I got bills too," he said when she begged for more time. "You're 3 months behind." On a cold February morning, Maya found her belongings in garbage bags on the curb. She was 4 months pregnant, homeless, and completely alone in the world. Her parents had died in a car accident when she was 17. She had no siblings, no extended family. The few friends she'd had drifted away during her years with Marcus. The streets were crueler than Maya had imagined. The first night, someone tried to steal her backpack. She fought back, and her beige maternity shirt tore at the shoulder during the struggle. She couldn't afford to replace it. That torn shirt became a symbol of her new reality. The baby, her daughter she'd learned from a free clinic, kicked constantly now at 5 months. Strong, defiant kicks that seemed to say, "I'm here, Mama. I'm fighting too." On warm spring mornings, Maya would lean against the large oak tree in Morrison Park, her backpack serving as a pillow, her torn shirt exposing her swollen belly to the sun. "Your name is going to be Aria," she'd whisper, "because you're already singing to me with every kick. And somehow, baby girl, we're going to be okay. I don't know how, but we will." But on this particular morning, exhausted from a sleepless night and dizzy from hunger, Maya simply closed her eyes against the tree, one hand on her belly, and let tears slip down her cheeks. She didn't know that Marcus, 500 miles away, was already facing his own reckoning. His music career had landed him exactly nowhere. The money he'd stolen was gone. The friends he'd chosen over his family had abandoned him the moment he ran out of cash. He was crashing on couches, broke and bitter. She didn't know that Mr. Patterson would suffer a stroke 3 months later, drowning in medical bills his insurance wouldn't cover, learning firsthand how quickly stability could vanish. She didn't know that the diner manager who'd fired her would watch her own daughter get pregnant and abandoned a year later, and would finally understand the cruelty of her past actions. Karma was already in motion, wheels turning invisibly toward justice. But Maya knew none of this as she drifted into exhausted sleep against that oak tree, hungry and scared and alone. She never heard the footsteps approaching. 31-year-old Daniel Chen was supposed to be in a board meeting as CEO of Tech Vision, a software company he'd built into a multi-million-dollar empire. Daniel's time was measured in thousands of dollars per hour. The blue Tom Ford suit he wore cost $4,500. His Italian leather shoes cost another $1,200. But Daniel had made a rule for himself: never forget where you came from. His parents had immigrated from China with nothing. His mother, pregnant with him, had cleaned hotel rooms while his father worked construction. They'd been homeless for 6 weeks, sleeping in their broken-down car. A stranger had changed everything. Mrs. Eleanor Rodriguez, who'd owned a small apartment building, she'd found Daniel's mother crying in a park, 5 months pregnant and terrified. Mrs. Rodriguez had given them an apartment, refused rent until they got on their feet. "Pay it forward," she told Daniel's mother. "When you can, help someone else the way I helped you." "Money doesn't make you rich," Daniel's mother would say. "Compassion makes you rich. How you treat people when they have nothing, that's who you really are." So when Daniel cut through Morrison Park that morning, he wasn't thinking about quarterly reports. He was thinking about his mother's words. That's why he stopped dead in his tracks when he saw her. A young woman, clearly pregnant, sleeping against an oak tree. Her shirt was torn at the shoulder. Her belly was exposed to the morning air. A backpack served as her pillow. Books were stacked beside her. 10,000 baby names and prenatal nutrition guide. The sight hit Daniel like a physical punch. This could have been my mother, he thought. This is someone's daughter. He crouched down in his expensive suit on the damp grass. Up close, he could see how young she was, early 20s. Dark circles shadowed her eyes, but her hand rested protectively on her belly, even in sleep. "Miss?" Daniel said softly. "Excuse me, miss?" Maya's eyes flew open, immediately filled with terror. She tried to scramble backward. "Please don't hurt me," she gasped. No, I'm not going to hurt you, I promise. Have you eaten? When did you last have food?" Tears welled in Maya's eyes. "Yesterday morning," she whispered. "I had half a sandwich." Daniel felt his heart break. "There's a cafe across the street. Will you let me buy you breakfast?" please?" Something in his voice made Maya nod. Daniel gently helped her to her feet and offered his arm. At the cafe, Daniel ordered everything: eggs, pancakes, fruit, yogurt, orange juice, decaf coffee, a breakfast sandwich for later. He watched as Maya ate like the starving person she was. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Maya." "I'm Daniel. How far along are you, Maya?" 5 months. She's a girl." Maya's hand went to her belly. "Her name is Aria." "That's beautiful," Daniel said. "Can you tell me what happened? How did you end up here?" The story came pouring out. Marcus's abandonment, the stolen savings, the eviction, the brutal weeks on the streets. Maya's voice broke repeatedly, but Daniel listened, his jaw tightening with each detail. When she finished, silence hung between them. But when Daniel finally spoke, his voice was thick with emotion. "Maya, my mother was exactly 5 months pregnant with me when my parents became homeless. She slept in parks, just like you. And a woman, a complete stranger, helped her, gave her a home, a chance, a future." He pulled out his phone. That stranger's name was Eleanor Rodriguez. She said that kindness is like dropping a stone in water. The ripples go on forever. She made me promise to be someone else's stone. Daniel looked directly into Maya's eyes. "I have a furnished 2-bedroom apartment that's sitting vacant. You and Aria are going to live there. No rent, no strings. I'm also going to connect you with Dr. Sarah Chen. She's my aunt, one of the best OBGYNs in the state." Maya's hands trembled. "I can't accept." "Yes, you can," Daniel said firmly, "because Aria deserves a safe place to be born, and you deserve dignity. This isn't charity, Maya. This is what humans are supposed to do for each other." He pulled out his wallet and handed her $500 in cash. "For today, food, clothes, whatever you need. Tomorrow, we'll get you set up. But tonight, you're sleeping in a real bed." Maya broke down completely, sobbing while her daughter kicked inside her as if celebrating. Daniel waited patiently, this millionaire in his expensive suit, sitting with a homeless woman, treating her like she mattered, because she did matter. 3 months later, when Marcus finally tried to return, broke, desperate, claiming he'd made a mistake, he found Maya in a beautiful apartment, glowing with late pregnancy, enrolled in online courses. "I don't need your apologies," Maya told him calmly, "and Aria doesn't need a father who sees her as a burden. We're going to be just fine." Marcus left, and Maya never saw him again. Karma had already found him, broke, alone, his dreams as empty as his promises. When Aria was born on a sunny June morning, Daniel was the second person to hold her. He looked down at this tiny girl and whispered, "Your mama fought for you, and you're going to do amazing things." Years later, Maya would run a non-profit helping pregnant women experiencing homelessness. Aria would grow up knowing that compassion isn't about money, it's about seeing humanity in others. And Daniel, he'd never forget that morning in the park when stopping to help a stranger became the most important meeting of his life. Because sometimes the universe works in mysterious ways. Sometimes the abandoned become the blessed. Sometimes the cruel face justice while the kind find their reward. And sometimes, just sometimes, an angel appears in a blue suit, reminding us that one act of compassion can change the world. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs hope today. Have you ever been